when it comes to Erika Kirk, as I've said, she's not very good at avoiding the mask slip. It slips constantly with her, constantly. And to the sleuths online who have discovered her CIA videos, among other things, propaganda movie that she did. Here's an interesting photo shoot that somebody discovered that I guess anonymously decided to post on social media. Again, there is probably a plethora of these that are just waiting to be exposed that no one knew about, but they know now. I don't know. A lot of guys get off on this shit. I don't know. They think that this is something that's sexy. A woman in a bikini holding and I guess that's an AR-15. Yeah, that's what does it for him, I suppose. Now, apparently, this was filmed at Fort Hachikua, I think is how if that's the proper pronunciation. Nothing surprises me. She did, if anybody wants to post it in the chat, she did a movie that was a CIA special. A couple of the interviews have been making the rounds online. Yeah, but again, when the reference to Fort Hachikua, yeah, I see that. Hachuka. Thank you, Mehdi. Appreciate you. Yeah, but Hachikua is a good nickname for that. Wow, did Charlie really not know anything about this woman before he got married to her? Or as Jenna suggested, maybe it's just one big scam, one big setup from the very beginning. And everyone was willing to go along with it until Charlie wasn't willing to go along with it. Wachuka. Thank you, Rach. Appreciate it. Like I said, not very subtle. Not very subtle at all. I mean, come on. I mean, at some point, you just have to say, does anyone really believe this? That's why we're going to have a great conversation coming up very soon with John Fugelsang, who many of you may remember from America's Funniest Home Videos. He's been a political and social commentator for a long time. He's got his own, I think he's on Sirius XM, if I remember correctly. But he wrote a book that I think is definitely worth either reading or listening to called The Separation of Church and Hate. And one of the things that Turning Point USA has attempted to do, and as always, as all of these NGOs attempt to do, if they are of the Christian conservative bend, is to try to create this illusion of, you know, the perfect nuclear family existence. Erika Kirk is that person. He would drop his things. He's home. Shabbat shalom. God, it's like a dead giveaway. She's like winking at you saying, yeah, this is a joke. Don't take it seriously. I'm still going to get money. But come on. And again, I'm not here to judge. I'm not saying that she's a floozy or anything like that. I'm just saying they're selling an idea. They don't really believe in it. And this goes for just about anybody in either of the two major political parties and any of the major organizations that are trying to facilitate efforts towards them. We have said this time and again, especially when Jen was running for congressional office. If you are an organization that has an ideology and you lock arms with the Democratic Party establishment, It's over. Sunrise Movement, brand new Congress. This is what happens. And this is the same thing when you lock arms with the Republican Party. Values? What are they? This is just about winning elections. This is about money and power. And we can sell the pretty blonde as well as anybody. If there is a woman who absolutely fits in at Mar-a-Lago as much as she fits in at Sunday church, it's an Erika Kirk. Or an Erika Francaise, I guess is how you say her name. Oh, yeah, she's definitely, listen, she would have gotten along famously with the Third Reich. She's got that tall, blonde, classic blonde beauty look. Absolutely. They would have sold that for all it's worth. And that's what they're doing here. Selling it for all it's worth. Yeah, that's a good example. Yes, absolutely. That's a very good reference. You referenced the Truman Show. Jen will definitely put your comment up. That's for sure. I just have to say, while I am absolutely a supporter of the Second Amendment, this obsession with guns by certain people, it's not healthy. And what's amazing is that gun enthusiasts, they're typically the least likely to commit gun violence. But the obsession with guns is weird. It's weird. It's a fetish. I've never seen To Die For, but considering what I think I understand the basic premise of the movie is about, I probably should see it. It's probably worth checking out. Oh, well, if Jen says To Die For is a movie worth seeing, then I guess I should see it. Okay. But yes. Much like Fuentes is not who he appears to be, Erika Kirk is not who she appears to be. And never was. Now, how long this grift can go on, I don't know. But here's what I do know and what I do believe. Turning Point USA is not going to die just yet. Why? Well, they're going to continue to get a lot of money, and they have gotten a lot of money. But if there's one thing that I truly believe that Charlie Kirk was good at, he was a very good, he was a rally monkey, if you will. He could attract a crowd and he can push a narrative better than most can. There is nobody in that organization that can do that. Nobody. So they have a lot of money, but they are going to fall flat in the long run because there's just too much out there now that's exposed. And once the high comes down with all the money, people like Erika Kirk and Tyler Boyer are going to have a lot to answer for.